Today's video highlights how to work with hard, thick toenails like these. Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Rachel here, aka the Nail Therapist. Today we're going to be talking about how to clean out nails that have very tight spaces. So the nail itself is kind of hard, doesn't want to flex, and the sidewalls are deep. So we'll talk about how we go about doing that. You'll also notice that the video content maybe jumps around a little bit. I had to cut out a bunch of video because my camera just wasn't focusing and staying clear. So all the blurry content I just cut out. So I apologize for that. I think I've figured out what the right setting is finally. So I'm going to test that out this week. But good Lord, it's taken me forever to figure out. So you'll notice on this big toe and her other big toe, they're slightly deformed. You can tell they don't look exactly like a healthy nail. They're a little bit thicker. They've been damaged, so they don't grow as fast, and they're harder. And you'll also see that the nail bed is really short, so the tip of the toe sort of is bulbous and has filled in the space where the nail bed was before. So I'm doing my best to trim back the nail where it's lifted because it is about halfway lifted. I don't want to leave too much space open underneath the nail because then it can get caught really easily and tear, or it leaves space for bacteria and fungus to get up underneath there and start growing and spreading. So we don't want any of those things to happen. So besides her big toenails, her nails are in pretty good condition. They have a little bit of thickness towards the pinky toe and the big toe, which is very common as we age because if we shove our feet into shoes, most of the time the toes are cramped, and that micro trauma of just hitting the sides of the shoes over and over and over again will create the nails to thicken, which is what's happened here. To soften the cuticles before I start trimming, I drop some sachet callus care on all of the toes and rub it in. This allows time for the cuticle to start dissolving and softening so that when I do go back with the cuticle pusher, most of it will scrape off pretty easily. Now, if you are a do-it-yourselfer at home, you do not have access to sachet callus care. So you'll have to find a different cuticle softener or cuticle remover that you prefer to use. A lot of people like the Blue Cross product, and there's a couple other ones on the market. You can even get away with not having a cuticle softener if you're just doing your nails at home, unless you have like a lot of buildup of skin on your nails. Then I would probably either soften it in the shower or a foot bath for a little while if you don't want to use a topical cuticle softener, or just go ahead and use a cuticle softener if you have really hard, thick cuticles. Now on this side, you can't really see from the video all that well, but this nail curls around on the left side there, and it has like a peak right where that sort of white streak is on the left. It's where the nail is sort of bent. At the end of the video, you'll see a picture of what I mean as far as the curve of the nail. My plan for her is to, one, we're going to trim the nail down. We're going to thin the nail down a little bit because it is very hard and thick. And then I apply a curve correct band on top of her nail to assist it with uncurling over the next couple of weeks. And that's going to be easier after I thin her nail out a little bit too. So that's why I reduce some of the thickness of the nail. Once you put that curve correct band on, If the nail is super hard and thick, it's going to take a lot more time and effort for that product to uncurl the nail. So if we thin out the nail a little bit, it sort of speeds that whole process along. As always, I'm using my favorite bits to reduce a little bit of this nail and remove the cuticle. This is the long and lean tapered barrel bit from Erica's ATA. It's a diamond bit, so it's safe on the skin. And so I'll use it around the nail as well on the skin to exfoliate some of that hardened skin that might be present. Here I'm using the ingrown toenail rasp, which is part of the ingrown toenail cleaning kit that I have in the description box. You can purchase online. I think it's like $10 on Amazon. I do like using this tool specifically to clean out around the nail and under the nail a little bit better than the scooper, the sidewall lifter, because of the serrated edges. It grabs any dead skin that might be hanging on in there a little bit better than the scooper, and you'll see that right here as I'm cleaning out the edges. So Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and I'd like to know what you guys are going to be doing. Are you big Thanksgiving fans? Obviously, if you're not in America, you're probably not going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. Um, but what is your favorite dish? I want to know what your favorite dish is when you're doing Thanksgiving. Mine is the stuffing I make. It's got sausage and chestnuts and apples and raisins, sage and thyme and rosemary. And I use sourdough bread and pumpernickel bread. It's like the one day where I give myself um, the grace to go ahead and indulge in gluten. So, and then of course you have to have the turkey with the cranberry sauce and the gravy. I love Thanksgiving. This is my favorite meal of the entire year. So I look forward to making it. I'm like in the kitchen all day. I don't want anybody in there with me. I'm like this person that like I don't want people to help me in the kitchen. I don't know what it is. Like get out of my domain, leave me alone, let me have my wine. I'm gonna put on some music. You go ahead and do whatever you want to do in the other room. I'll let you know if I need help, but I just want to be in my own little world making all the things. So I don't get some weird like that. It'll just be me and my family, my three kids, and my husband. So we're not gonna have a huge meal, but we're gonna have all the fixings. All right, so I don't know if you've noticed, but her big toenails are quite hard and they're rigid. And the skin around them is also it's hard to maneuver. They don't pull back as well as other other skin around the other nails. So I'm trying to get clipped all the way to the sidewall, and you'll see me coming back in with this rasp to make sure that I've gotten all the way down because I could tell there's a little bit left. So see how hard I have to pull back the skin to get to the sidewall so that I can clip without hitting the skin. It's tough. And so you'll see later on in the video too, I have to go back with the rasp to make sure that there's nothing on the underside of the sidewall because I still feel like there's something there, but obviously I've clipped it all the way to the side, but it's just not, doesn't feel as smooth when I'm cleaning out around the nail as it needs to be. So I usually do a little bit of extra cuticle cleaning with this soft flame bit after the feet have been in the water. And I think I might change my order of operations here because I've noticed that the skin, when it has moisture in it, it doesn't exfoliate as easily. There's a lot more peeling going on, and I can't get that real perfect sort of almost Russian pedicure look um, as well whenever I have the foot soaking before I do this step. So I might go back to doing this when the feet are dry in the beginning of the service instead. I'm on the fence because it's sometimes it's fine and other times it's not. Like with this video, with her skin had some sort of had the more peely sort of response, and so when I have to go back with the nippers to trim away some of the lifted skin, it just doesn't end up looking as I don't know perfect as I want it to. So I've been rethinking about maybe doing waterless pedicures, but I can't fully go that direction because the water helps me so much with cleaning out nails that are fungal and also softening really hard, thick nails. And sometimes people have like really overgrown skin that you don't see or can't find to remove unless the skin's been soaking for for like 5-10 minutes. So it might be like I don't know. I don't know. If you were to go to a place that did nails like for um I don't want to say medical pedicures, but you know what I mean, like more advanced pedicures, I guess, where if you have issues with your feet and you want to go to someone who has a little bit more has some more credentials, would you prefer to soak your feet like a traditional foot, like a traditional pedicure, or would it matter? Would you care? You just want your feet to feel better. I don't know. Leave me a comment. Let me know. So as I go back in another time after she's soaked some more, I'm trying to make sure everything's cleaned out and feels smooth. And I can tell there is something here underneath this sidewall. That's not all. There's more. So you see what I mean? Had she not soaked and softened her skin up, I don't think I would have been able to find that extra impacted skin and coax it out. So that's why I feel like the water is so important in pedicures like these. But I mean, I could be totally wrong. I could be missing some technique that is, could do the same thing but not require the client to fully submerge their foot. So until I figure that one out, I guess I just have to keep doing the foot soaks. So this bit I don't pull out very often. This is the detail bit, another diamond bit, and it's very, long and pointy. It gets into those really deep crevices without hurting the skin. And because her nail is so curled around, I know that there's some excess skin underneath there that I just can't get with with the soft flame or with my nippers. So I'm going in and just exfoliating out underneath the sidewall here and along this lateral border to smooth and um, exfoliate the skin, but also remove any impacted skin material that is curled up underneath with the nail. So I'm almost finished cleaning out this toe, and the before and afters are going to come up next. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday if you celebrate Thanksgiving. I probably won't put another video out before that. So have a great holiday, everybody. I'll see you in December. Take care.